Hi guys, welcome! So far, we've explored all the Warlock, Royal Guard, and Archbishop skills. This time, we'll be looking into all the Ranger skills. If you haven't seen my previous skills demo, I'll have the videos linked down below. In this video, we'll explore all the new Ranger skills and demonstrate each one in action. We'll take a look at the new Warg skills such as Warg Strike, new trap skills like Electric Shock, new offensive skills like Death Snipe, and new defensive skills like Track and Prey. I'll also be giving my recommendation on how to allot points for the ADL Ranger build. In addition, the new runes that supplement the new Ranger skills will also be included. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. First up, we have the Warg skills. One of the cool new features of becoming a Ranger is the Warg. This replaces the Falcon to trigger Bleed Speed and Trump Tamer passive skills. Rangers can also mount their Wargs for faster movement speed. To get a Warg, talk to Bertram, the Warg Manager NPC found in the left side of Frontera, and pay the required fee of 1,280,000 zenny. The regular mount will look like a Vagabond Wolf. You have the option to change his appearance by buying a skin voucher from Cartier, the Mount Shop Manager NPC. Currently, there are two options to choose from: Garm Voucher, which costs 30 million zenny, or Voucher of Ruka, which costs 198 BCC. To use the vouchers, just talk to the Ranger Mount Managers. Gallery will change your mount to Garm, while Gruteris will change your mount to Ruka. In order to mount and unmount your Warg, you need to get a Warg Rider skill. Riding the summoned Warg increases your movement speed by 10% at level 1 and up to 30% at max level 3. This effect will last for 10 minutes. While mounted, Rangers cannot use auto attacks and can only use certain skills such as the Warg Strike and Trap skills. There are free Wolf Training runes available that you can activate to have 5% movement speed bonus each. Second, we have Warg Strike. This active skill will let your Warg attack a single target, which will deal a % damage based on bleed speed damage. This will also have a chance to inflict the bleed status on the target for 10 seconds. At max skill level, we'd have a 100% chance to inflict the bleeding status. Take note that you can use the skill even when riding a Warg. To increase the damage output of Warg Strike, you may get the Warg Strike Strong and Warg Strike Synergy runes. Each of the Warg Strike Strong runes increases Warg Strike damage by 4%. On the other hand, Warg Strike Synergy runes add 0.5% damage to Warg Strike for every level of Falcon Assault and Hunting Assault. Third and last for the Warg skills is a passive skill Tooth of Warg. Upgrading this skill will increase the % skill damage of Warg Strike and % HP loss from the bleed effect. At the max level 10, we'll have 15% additional Warg Strike damage and 100% increase in HP loss from the bleed effect. Personally, I think the Falcon active skills are better than the new Warg skills, since Falcon Assault and Hunting Assault have the chance to stun lock targets, whereas Warg Strike's bleed effect can be easily countered by Panacea. In addition, Falcon users can use Hunting Assault skill, which provides AoE damage, while Warg users only have Warg Strike, which is a single target attack. However, in the future update, a new AoE Warg skill called Warg Attack will be added to the Ranger skill tree. This can deal physical damage to up to 6 enemies, similar to Hunting Assault. For ADL Rangers, it is just optional to get Warg Rider if you want a cooler look and faster movement speed. Now let's take a look at the two new trap skills. First up, we have Electric Shock. This new trap deals a % wind property magic damage and causes targets to lose a % of their max SP per second for 5 seconds. At max skill level 10, the damage multiplier is 880%, and the % SP that will be lost is 10%. There are also runes that increases damage by 8% each. Now, Trapper build Rangers can farm water element monsters like the Anolian and Phenomena. This is also a good addition to Ankle Snare, Sandman Trap, and Frost Trap for the War of Imperium due to the SP reduction effect. The other trap skill, Instrument Expert, can be obtained after reaching level 5 Electric Shock. It is a passive skill that increases trap damage and decreases SP consumption of trap skills. At max skill level 10, it increases damage of traps by 20% and reduces SP cost of trap skills by 20%. Trapper build Rangers should max this out immediately. Up next, we'll explore the new offensive skills. First up, we have Arrow Storm. This fires a storm of arrows within range, which will inflict the % arrow shower skill damage to all targets within the area. It also has a chance to trigger critical damage. The higher the level, the higher the % damage. It can also inflict slow effect to enemies by activating the Arrow Storm runes. This skill can replace Arrow Shower and Multi-Firing for AoE farming due to its higher damage output. Its damage can be affected by race, size, and element damage modifiers, so you may easily boost its damage. Do take note that at max skill level 10, the SP cost is 59, so you need to invest in Int and SP regen items when using Arrow Storm for farming. Second, we have Fear Breeze. This is a passive skill wherein using normal attacks will have a % chance to trigger one more attack, meaning you'll have additional damage when doing auto attacks. However, this triggered attack cannot critically hit and you do not have the special effects of auto attacks. At max skill level 5, the chance to trigger the additional attack is 50%. Fear Breeze is a suitable skill for ADL Rangers since for every hit of your auto attack, you may also deal non-critical damage. For the third offensive skill, we have Exceed Break. This is an active skill which will reduce the attack speed and agility, but will increase dexterity, intelligence, critical chance, and critical damage. At max skill level 10, we'll have a 100-second duration for this effect and as much as 30% critical damage increase. However, there's a possible mistranslation in the skill description because upon testing it out, it actually has a 30-second duration only, and the damage output is more than 30% increase. So it is possible that the values for the duration and crit % damage got switched. Getting the 5 Exceed Break Mastery runes will each increase Dex and Int by an extra 2. Although this skill can greatly boost your damage output, the reduction in attack speed and agility will still reduce your damage per second. Activating Exceed Break can be maximized if you have high Agi stat, coupled with full attack speed buffs to compensate, such as Awakening Potion, Agi Meals, Cook Food, and Priest buffs. Lastly, for the offensive skills, we have Deadly Snipe. This skill is used to target an enemy from a long range and hits them with a huge % damage that can critical. At max skill level 10, the % damage can be as high as 640%. This can be further amplified by getting the Deadly Snipe Strong runes, each of which increases the damage by 5%, and Deadly Snipe Precision runes, which increases the final crit chance by 3. Deadly Snipe's 4-second cooldown and 2.5-second cast delay makes it less efficient in farming compared to Arrow Storm and auto attacks. Its 1-second channeling time is also not viable for PvP and WoW, since other players might have already killed you before you can release Deadly Snipe's damage. In addition, the maximum potential of Deadly Snipe can only be achieved with expensive gears, such as a plus 15 Forest Hunter weapon. Forest Hunter is dropped by Fire Witch and gives plus 435 attack, plus 5 crit, and plus 10% critical damage. It also increases the skill multiplier of Deadly Snipe by 10% for every refinement level after reaching plus 8. I think the most ideal use for this skill is when fighting against MVPs. Finally, let's discuss the 2 new defensive skills. First up is Nature's Protection. This is a passive skill that reduces damage from skills by 1% for each skill level, meaning at max skill level 5, Rangers will have a 5% damage reduction. This is a must-have skill for WoW where survivability is of prime importance. Activating the Nature's Protection runes increases extra normal attack reduction by 1% each. For the other defensive skill, we have Track and Prey. When using this skill, hiding enemies within range will be revealed and they cannot use hiding skill for the next 6 seconds at skill level 1 and up to 12 seconds at max skill level 3. This can synergize with the Flash Arrow skill in the Ranger's build for WoW, as Tracking Prey can help prevent those Guillotine Cross and Shadow Chasers from recasting hide skills when infiltrating your guild's castle. Alright, now that we know all the Ranger skills, let's talk about the skill point allocation for ADL build Rangers. For the first 5 points, you need to prioritize maxing out the Hunter skill, Improve Concentration, to level 20. This is because most of the new Ranger skills are not quite as important for the ADL build as compared to having a max level Improve Concentration. Next, get level 5 Fear Breeze for the extra damage when doing auto attacks, and then level 10 Exceed Break for a higher critical damage output. After that, go to the Sniper skill Ferity Awakening and max it to level 10 for a higher chance to trigger critical attacks and bleed speed. For the remaining 15 points, the allocation will be up to you. Personally, I would prefer getting the following skills. Level 3 Warg Rider for faster movement speed when walking in towns and doing quests. Level 5 Nature's Protection. Level 5 Ankle Snare, and Level 2 Tracking Prey for utility in PvP and WoW. Alright, now that we've gone through all the ideal Ranger skill tree, let's take a look at the various Ranger custom color options. We have the original light green color, red-orange, light blue, dark green, brown, navy blue, hot pink, orange, blue-green, violet, black, maroon, and light pink. Alright, so far we've gone through all our newly unlocked Ranger skills. I hope this video was helpful in giving us an idea on how all the Ranger skills work. Make sure to stay tuned for more upcoming skills demo videos. Alright, that's it for this video guys. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed watching this guide. If you're new here, I would love you to consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button down below. I would love to have you back. Thank you for watching and see you in our next episode.